fight for me, no matter what form you choose to wear. Let your true self be revealed. Diablo.
Adria has betrayed us. And now Leah is lost. From her body, Diablo has been reborn as the prime evil. The power of hell answers his call. And the heavens buckle under the weight of corruption. I will purge this evil forever.
This devastation defies all reason.
Imperius, you cannot mean to face Diablo again. Your wounds are barely healed.
The heavens burn. This is your fault, Tyrael. And you, Nephilim, look below and see what your kind has wrought.
I know how he feels, but we have to keep going.
The Diamond Gates have stood since the light first broke over the high heavens. Now they lie in ruins. Imperius is right. I am the cause of this.
You didn't destroy those gates.
Yet I defended humanity when Imperius would have destroyed it. And now the prime evil storms heaven itself.
This is not the time for doubt and weakness, Tyrael. Imperius is a fool, and if you side with him against me, you are too.
But you don't understand. Hope has been silenced. We are lost. Diablo is too powerful. Always before, the Lords of Hell bickered and worked against each other. They undid themselves. Within Diablo, within the Prime, there is no such division. And now, the halls of the high heavens quake beneath his steps. The prime evil. I can't believe all this has come to pass. Adria played us all for fools. Diablo's influence twisted her inside and out. I suspect we have not seen the last of her. I should have known that Leah's father was the Wanderer. How could I not have sensed Diablo's foul presence within her?
Adria made fools of us all. No one could have known she'd sacrifice her child to resurrect Diablo.
But poor Leah. I grieve for her soul.
As do I. Leah deserved better than this. But right now, we must stop Diablo.
Gaze upon the destruction I have wrought. It will be the last thing you see. Iskatu, destroy the Nephilim. I do not fear you, Nephilim. You'll find only death in this eternal realm.
Ancient texts describe the terror demons as unconquerable foes, the dreams of Diablo made flesh. They appear in shadow to torment their victims, and then, in shadow, they vanish. The mere sight of one drove a Horadrim to madness, leaving him screaming and clawing at his eyes until the end of his days.
I am Ethereal, Archangel of Fate. It is my duty to record what is and what will be within the scroll of fate. But you, Nephilim, you are not in the scroll. Your fate is unwritten.
I care little for destiny. Will you help me? Or should we stand here and watch the heavens fall apart?
Perhaps fate can be changed. Quickly then, Auriel, Archangel of Hope, has been captured by Ragnarth, the Lord of Despair.
She will be free. Perhaps that will bring hope back to these heavens.
When you have lived as long as I, you learn that life is filled with betrayal. But the cruelest always comes at the hands of those we love. I know it must be hard to think of other things, but now we must. All creation rests upon your shoulders.
You sound more serious than I've ever heard you.
Well, these are dark times. Even I must set apart thoughts of Dirge's jewel and dwell upon the fate of the world. But that doesn't mean you have to frown so. Hope. Do not look down, my friend. Even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Hope for a better day. Hope for a new dawn. Or just hope for a good breakfast. You start small, then see what you can get. Do you think that Leah is lost forever?
Diablo consumed her. She is gone.
I think Leah's soul is stronger than that. But then sometimes I forget that you have not seen everything that I have seen.
You always dodge around the truth. Who are you?
What am I? I am covered as Shen, of course. No more, no less. To some that has meant one thing, to others another.
When will you give me a real answer?
When the sun sets in the east and the shore swallows the tide. When the moon smiles upon the day and the blind man sees once again.
I thought I could make my wife's death mean something. It doesn't matter now, does it?
You find meaning in how your loved ones lived, not how they died.
Oh, and you're an expert on loved ones now. Traveling alone your whole life. Seeking redemption for some corrupt faith. Don't lecture me, Crusader.
I've devoted my life to that redemption, Hadrig. Tread carefully.
We were gravely mistaken, my friend. I could not see through an illusion of such power, such treachery.
Nor could Leah. It was not your fault.
When I think of what she suffered through, we must find a way to stop Diablo. The Prophet would never forgive me if he knew my part in unleashing this terror upon the world. I found a strange document on one of the angels' bodies in the high heavens. It is very old, maybe centuries even older than I.
Perhaps we should show it to Tyrael. What does it contain?
I am not certain. The script is very old and foreign to me. When I saw the angel, he was dying. But even though he was in great pain, he reached out to me with the document in his hand, like he wanted me to take it. By the time I approached him, he was still. His spirit had already gone.
Do you miss your family during these times?
No point in it. I'll never see them again.
Why is that?
My brother's wife thinks I was involved with his imprisonment, and he believes her.
What?
As low as I am, I would never frame him, not even to win her back. But they won't hear a word of it. For all the gold I send to them, I receive nothing in response.
Wait. Before we face that abomination, there is something you should know. When we first met, I thought you a fool, bound to pursue a quest you cannot finish. But you have taught me that the quest itself is more important than its outcome. You have taught me a way of life.
I am glad, friend. The knowledge will serve you well, if we survive the next few hours.
Ha! Then let us be about it. Ever since Adria betrayed us, I've been thinking about how Magda used to share the leadership of the Coven with another.
Explain.
20 years ago, just before the darkening of Tristram, they had some sort of falling out, and the other leader disappeared. I think that other leader might have been Adria.
So Magda took the Coven, while Adria found Diablo in Tristram.
Lot of bloody good this keep did us in the end, eh? The killing blow came from one we trusted.
I thought we were going to lose, but not like this.
Keep your guard up. There are foes at every turn. levels of corruption are truly ghastly things. Let us rid the heavens of their filth.
Think yourself free from the chains of fate, Nephilim, but all will kneel before Lord Diablo.
Beginning, Rakanoth served Andariel, the Maiden of Anguish, with efficient brutality, for his touch may open up many painful wounds. He was also the warden of Iswal during many long years that the angel suffered in Rakanoth's own plains of despair. But he has quit his realm unexpectedly in recent times.
Thank you, Nephilim. I hoped the scroll of fate was wrong, that harmony would once again fill this troubled realm. I see now that all hope lies in you.
I will be worthy of it.
With my blessing, you can now dispel Diablo's corruption. It hides the rifts which bring his cursed servants to this hallowed place. The rifts must be closed.
It would be an honor, my lady.
Diablo brought despair to the halls of heaven, but hope is restored. I thought this would bring Tyrael back to us, but there is no sign of him. I must press on and destroy Diablo's infernal portals alone.
I knew you would come. That a champion from the mortal world would light our darkest hour. Your courage and nobility shine out across this realm, blinding our enemies.
I thank you, Lady Auriel. Your song will not be silenced again.
I know you will do all you can, for this is your hour. Go forth with my blessing and show all creation why the Nephilim are the future.
Can you help Tyrael? His faith is shaken.
There is a shadow upon his heart, but it will pass. Remember, he chose to be a mortal, and he must overcome this despair as a mortal.
I understand, but we have little time.
Have faith in him. Of all the archangels, his light has always shone the brightest. In this our darkest hour, he will ensure that justice prevails.
What are you going to do now?
Though the angelic host is scattered, we are not defeated. I will try to rally them as best I can.
Do you believe Diablo can be defeated?
Only in the light that lies within you, Nephilim. I will take heart from it and hope for your victory. The future is ever writing itself, unknowable, just beyond sight and touch.
Only once in the history of Sanctuary has a Nephilim been as powerful as you. His name was Odyssean.
Odyssean? But he is just a myth. A lesson in selflessness.
He was no myth. Because of his noble sacrifice, I saw the inherent potential in your kind. As such, I voted with Oriel to spare mankind from annihilation.
I'm grateful. I'll be sure to vote that we spare the angels when that time comes.
You jest, but that day is not impossible.
You can see the future?
I see the myriad streams of possibility, all intertwining and weaving into one another. I can hear them echoing forward into eternity.
How do you choose a path, then?
I am not called to be a champion, as you are. My role is simply to observe.
The battle approaches. What says the Scroll of Fate?
Doom and darkness. These heavens ruined. The angelic host broken. Diablo victorious.
So the scroll is wrong.
As I have said, Nephilim, your destiny is unwritten. You alone may change these dark times.
Corruption was strongest to the northeast, as I remember.
Mysterium, fallen, broken. He knows the truth now. I will be victorious. Upon these gardens, now they seethe with the corruption of hell.
The Angiris Council is comprised of the 5 archangels who hold dominion over the high heavens. They determine the laws by which all angels must abide. Each of them embodies a pure aspect of creation: valor, justice, hope, faith, and wisdom.
By the light, I never wanted to see this demon squalor again.
To destroy the Rift Oculus, my beams will tear you apart.
Imperius, the Archangel of Valor, is the greatest warrior in all of creation. He revels in war and combat, and has led the hosts of heaven to innumerable victories. With Malthael's absence, it is Imperius who now rules over the Angiris Council, seeking always to defend the high heavens from any foe.
Well done, Nephilim. Diablo's vile minions can no longer use this rift to find their way into the Silver City. Now only one rift remains.
Only Hell Rift, the flow of my legions will not stop.